What's going on, guys? Welcome back to How to Make a Game in Unity for Beginners. My name is Dustin, and last time what we did is we gave our player the ability to jump over obstacles. Um, what I want to do now is I want to give us a way to complete our level and move on to a new level. So first thing that I want to do is I want to go into our assets folder. I'm going to create a new folder. We're going to call this prefabs. And what a prefab is just basically a pre-designed game object that we can just use over and over and over again. So the way we create a prefab of an object is we just click and drag whatever object we want into our project folder, and it'll create this prefab object here. So I want to drag in our camera, our ground, our coin, player, canvas, and game manager all into our prefabs folder. So the next thing that I want to do is I want to go onto our game manager script, and I want to create a new function down here at the bottom. We're going to call this public void level not on level was loaded. We want public void level 1, just like that. So what I want to do now is I'm going to create a couple of variables out here, up here. We're going to make a public float target score. I'm going to create a public float level 1 and a public float player died. And I make this player, oh, hold on, we don't want floats here, we want bools here, because we want a true or false statement here. Oh, not cool, bool. Bool. Alright, like that. And I make this player died bool here because I want to reuse this wait to load function here. So what I'm going to do in here, so right here is what's going to happen when we die. So I'm going to just kind of add into this if statement here. We're going to say and if the player is dead. So player died. And then down here in a kill player function, we're going to set that to true. So player died equals true. Just like that. So now in our level 1 function, we want to set level 1 to true. And then up here, we want to, for the most part, use the same thing here. But what we're going to do is we're going to create an else if statement. And we're going to say if wait to load is less than or equal to 0, and our level is 1. Oh, and level 1. And the way you say and is just by separating them by these two ampersands. You could also say or as well. So we could say if wait to load is less than 0 or our level is 1, which is not what we want. We want to say if wait to load is less than or equal to 0 and our level is 1. Then we want to call our scene manager dot load level, or load scene, excuse me. And the scene we want to load is, we're going to call the scene manager again, scene manager dot get active scene dot build index plus 1. And we're going to end that. So now what do we want to do? We want to also, let's see, I want to create another function or another if statement up here, and we're going to say if our UI manager dot score is greater than or equal to our target score, then we want to set our level 1 bool to true. Now, we want to call our level 1 function, actually. So we're going to say level 1, and then parentheses, and semicolon. Great, so now if we go ahead and save this, go back into Unity, wait for it to compile, and then we got all of these variables up here. We really didn't need to make these two bools public, but I wanted to kind of see them in action, make sure that they're working properly. I'm going to set our target score to 3, and then we made all of these prefabs in here. So what I want to do first is I want to just drag a couple more coins in here so that we can test to see if this is working the way that it wants. And what we did here on this getActiveScene.buildIndex+1, basically what we're doing is we're calling essentially the same thing that we're calling here to reload the scene, but what we're doing is we're going to get the active scene that in the build index, and what that is, if we press Control Shift B, you'll see our build index up here. This is going to be an index of all of our scenes that we have loaded into our game. And what we can actually do while we have this open is if we go into scenes, right click, create a new scene, and let's call this level 2. We can click and drag this level 2 into our build index. And what it's saying is if we're in this scene, our main scene, and we win the level, build index +1 is going to bring us to the next level in our build index. So if we have 4, 5, 6, 7 levels here underneath it, it'll just scroll through each one here each time we run that function. So let's go ahead and click out of here, and what I want to do now is hit play and see if this works. So if we hit play, we should be able to, if we collect 3 coins, 1, 2, and 3, should wait for a moment and build, which it is not doing. So why is this happening? Let's see, if our score is greater than or equal to our target score, we want the level 1 function to happen. And our level 1 function is setting that to true. You know, let's go ahead and do this. Let's do it this way. Instead of having that new function, we're just going to say use our level 1 bool, and we're going to set that to true here, like that. And then we can just go ahead and comment all of this out right here, like that. And then, oh, it's because we are not actually setting our wait to load to be true. So we can actually set that to true as well, or should load. Should load is equal to true. So if we go ahead and save that now, let's try this again, and this should work. I hope, the way that we want it to. So if I hit play, collect 3, and as soon as we collect that third one, our wait to load should start counting down from 1, so it'll transition fairly quickly. So collect the 1, waits a second, and then loads into our new scene. That is exactly what we wanted to do. Now, our new scene currently has nothing in it, so we will go over how to continue our game in the second level in the next video. So, for now, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe and comment down below, and I will see you next time.